Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution. Happy Saturday. Wait, happy Sunday. I slept in. It felt great between 8 and 9. No, no specific time. It's my Sunday. There will not be a Saturday show next weekend because of the Madison Card Show. Good morning. And you are spinning a bit just like my work computer. Yeah. And I actually we had Hobby Roundtable last night. Rich was on. It's on Herman's channel, 3B Collection. Check it out. We just talk about the hobby for about 2 hours. I tried to jump on twice early in the show, and I'm down here in the card room where my Wi-Fi stinks. It's even worse in prime time, in the evening hours. So I had to lift up all my stuff and take it out into the rec room where I have a much better Wi-Fi signal. And so here we go. So let's cross our fingers that we can get through today's show. I think I'm gonna take Zach's advice, get that that bigger router, stronger router, so it can penetrate these concrete walls here in the card room. So next Saturday no show, Madison Card Show. I'm getting some complaints about the show that are actually kind of welcoming. You don't want to have these types of complaints, but it's a credit to the show growing as it has, and it's too crowded. And we have over 6,000 square feet of space, but we also have 80 tables. So it takes up a lot of room. Even though we have a lot of space, it's still crowded. A lot of people came through last month and started hearing more and more complaints about how crowded it was. So I didn't know if I would have the vendor capacity to go into a second room, and I was hesitant on even making that decision because it's separated. Just a few months ago, I was like, I don't know if I want to put people out in the hallway. Now I'm talking about breaking the show into 2 floors just to alleviate the big crowds. So I did reach out after work hours on Friday, so I'm awaiting confirmation if I can still secure one of the downstairs rooms, which would add another 40 vendor tables, and it would help that crowd control, so we don't have everything just confined into the one main ballroom. So I would make it a 115 table show, and I do have almost enough right now, just people that have reached out here over the last couple of weeks wanting table space. And since I put it on the Facebook group page and in the Facebook ad, more and more people are like, hey, if you get that room, I'll take some tables. So if crowded is the only complaint, you're doing fine. That's been the biggest complaint here. And again, that's like, I even joked with a couple other dealers that I chat with, and this is, 6 months ago, I would have loved to have this complaint, too crowded in a 6,000 square foot space. This is all right. I'll make it and like it. Not sure I will make it through the whole stream. Headed back to bed soon. 3:30. Ouch. What's up? Good morning, Zach. Good morning. OG, last night I was card hunting on Xbox in the wild. Purchased last night. So excited. The kids were like pumped. And we set it up last night, ready to hit the card show today. That sounds like a hell of a good weekend. So yesterday I didn't, one of my friends had messaged me Friday night, and he's like, hey, you going to the Oconomowoc show? And I think I talked about this yesterday, but skipped out. I did make some retail runs yesterday. I did a lot of shipping. And I was able to catch up, day and night yesterday. So sales went along, and a lot of that, is attributed to Top Series 1. I put a lot of inserts, so that was helping the sales. I did some. So when I went Friday afternoon to the one. There was only one Walmart that had stocked tops by the time when I went there. So I went back there yesterday. So Friday afternoon, there were more than 20 blaster boxes. There were probably 30 blaster boxes on the shelf. A bunch of hanger boxes. Didn't look like anybody touched the hanger boxes, and a bunch of those blister packs. And the blister packs are two, I think 14 card packs in those blister packaging. And so I just bought 5 blasters on Friday, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the other Walmart and I'll pick up other blasters because maybe they came from a different case, mix up the odds a little bit. The other Walmart had not been stocked, so I just had the 5 blasters. So once I ripped into those 5, it's like, man, this is really fun. They're selling, but the more time, and especially the weekend, more people are buying. There's more cards going out into the wild and on eBay and being sold. Did track, and I do have, as of Friday, what's today? Sunday. As of Saturday morning, I have the last 10 sold on Wander base rookie cards. And then I'm going to check it tomorrow, and we'll see how much they have dipped, if they have dipped in prices with, all of the new boxes being ripped. So when I went to Walmart yesterday, the store that had 30 blaster boxes, a bunch of hanger boxes, and a bunch of blister packs still on the shelf. Saturday around lunchtime, there were, maybe 8 blaster boxes left. There was a guy that took 2 in front of me, and I grabbed 2. The hanger boxes were completely sold out. And then there was maybe half the blister packs were still there. So I just bought 2 blaster boxes and then went on to the next Walmart store. 0 blasters. They had been completely wiped out at the next Walmart. This is Saturday at lunchtime. And no hanger, the hanger box display box was there in 0 hanger boxes. And there were a bunch of blister packs. So I did buy 6 of the blister packs. So Friday I bought 5 blaster boxes. Saturday I picked up 2 blaster boxes and 6 blister packs. Now I was running errands, and I am not worked in an office setting. I did a lot of car rips because if the cleaners were at the house, I would go to Subway, get a sandwich, run to Target, buy a blaster box, and do a car rip, because I know I didn't want to go back to the office and just sit in my car, especially on a nice summer day, windows down, music up, ripping some cards, eating some Subway. So I do some car rips. But I'm not doing car rips because I can't wait to get home. Like it's not like I'm, I don't have that addiction that is so powerful that I can't drive the 10 minutes home. But I was out running errands, and I stopped at Burger King, which, by the way, Burger King burgers are phenomenal. But I also don't go there because usually McDonald's is just easy. The menu, it's easy, but every once in a while, get some Burger King. So went to Burger King, ate my fries first. I eat my fries first. What do you guys do? My fries first, and then I eat the burger. When you think about it, fries are like the appetizer. You always eat the appetizer first, and then the main course is the burger or whatever, meal you get. So I eat all my fries first. And I eat all my fries first before I even dig into the main course, the burger or the Whopper. So I actually like the Impossible Whoppers. I have heard good things about those. I've not had one, but everybody that I've heard has said good things about the Impossible Whopper. So after my fries, I wiped all the salt, off my grubby little fingers, so I could rip into a blister pack. First pack out of the blister is a Seth Beer autograph out of a blister pack. So it was car rip luck. So I opened just that one blister pack of 2 packs, and then enjoyed my Whopper, and then went on and did my grocery shopping. And then I ripped the stuff when I got home. I pulled one Wander rookie card, and it came out of the blister packs. I expected not. I had good luck on the blaster boxes that I bought Friday. I pulled 2 Wander Francos out of 5 blaster boxes. And remember, you're probably going to pull 1 out of every 4 blaster boxes. So I beat the odds. So now I've got out of 7 blasters, because they came from the same store, same shelf. Out of 7 blasters, I had a feeling I wasn't going to pull a Wander Franco because it's the odds weren't with me. And guess what? I did not pull a Wander Franco. So out of the 7 blasters, but at that store, I did pull 2 Wander Francos, which is basically right on the odds. About 1 in I think it's right at 1 in 4 on the base cards. As I'm going through, I think I only pulled 1 out of all of this. I ripped 7 blaster boxes and 6 blister packs. I think I only pulled 1 Shohei Ohtani card number 1 because when I pulled it, I'm like, I haven't seen this card. And I flipped it over. Card number 1. I haven't pulled this card. So them's the breaks. There's no, unless it's actually a short print. Cards 1 through 3, not short printed. You see all the Wander Francos, definitely not short printed. So I did pull 1 go out 15 minutes. $15 shipped. Boom, instantly. So your autograph also sold. I'm going to go to the chat. Let's see. Where do we go? Oh, Zach says no mail tomorrow. I did not. That's news to me, Zach. And I go to the post office every day. In fact, my post office still has Christmas hours listed on, like they're printed out like, hey, we're closed on Christmas Day. So they probably haven't even got to January yet, or February. Here we are. We're 20 days into February, and I still think it's January. Let's see. Ken says, I'm guessing those people haven't been to the Dallas Card Show or the National. Yeah, no kidding. Talk about crowds. So no mail tomorrow. Interesting. Well, shoot, because I've got a whole bunch of. So Tuesday, I'm gonna inundate the post office on Tuesday with all of my envelopes and bubble mailers. Dallas, March 3rd through the 6th. Jenny says, yep, Zach, no mail tomorrow means big mail drops off on Tuesdays, which means I probably won't go to the post office because the day after the holiday, it's especially at my local post office, they have a really small parking lot and it's just a pain in the rear. I feel like if you haven't opened and listed your Series 1 yet, it's too late since they're using the Pro Set printing method. That is true. Cards were Friday. You know, if you don't list them by Friday night, you're kind of behind because by Saturday, people are really opening up all the retail and it's just a flood. This weekend, it's just flooded. If you're not opening any Series 1 to sell it, you know, by now you're too late. You're losing out on a lot of dollars. OG says, I actually purchased an all access pass for Dallas, then table and showcase. Looks like we were heading to Dallas. That's awesome. Eventually, I'm going to get to a Dallas card show. I don't know when. And it's mainly just to see Rich, Brad. So yeah, Rich and Brad and who else is there's a lot of people down there in the Dallas area that I'd like to hang out with and some to meet for the first time. So won't be March, because I got spring training at the end of the month, national in the summer. So I've got to limit my trips this year. So maybe next year. Ed, what's up? Good morning to you. Great to have you on Hobby Roundtable last night, as well as John and Jenny. I think the 3, I think it was the first time for all 3 on Hobby Roundtable, which you can watch the replay on 3B Collections channel. I checked my local Target yesterday. There were a few blister packs, but that was it. I left them for the kids. My Target didn't stock any tops this week. I went to 2 different Target stores on Friday. Both stores had been fully stocked, and there were no tops. And there were actually no places for tops. It wasn't like an empty space. There were no empty spaces and fully stocked shelves. No top Series 1, which I found a little surprising. My offers on the 4 Star Trek autos were accepted. Nice. Dan is starting to collect some non-sports autographs. I haven't checked any store. I know my LCS has hobby and jumbo I can buy online, but I'm sticking to not buying. No spend 2022 on unopened products. Let's see. Should we start calling you Monk? Fries and onion rings first, then the burger. I'm with you on that. Let's see. President's Day tomorrow. Let's see. I'm going to sound dumb here because I have been in this hobby forever. What ones are the blister packs? That's actually a good question because blister packs are not very common. Blister packs, and I don't have one near me. So blister packs are basically a pack. They have a cardboard, so they hang. Usually, well, these actually were in boxes, but they can hang on on one of those things. And then they've got the cardboard backing, and then they've got the hard plastic cover over the packs. And then the blister packs for Series 1 have two 14 card packs. So the blister, I think blister is like the plastic, the hard plastic covering. I think that's what they call. So that's what a blister pack is. And why are we calling them blisters? They may cause blisters trying to get them open. C&T Collectibles, what's up? Good morning. Let's see. After putting together the shelving and putting stuff back on, I realized that I don't need to buy anything to resell for years. Ain't that the truth? Can put some shelving up. Love it. And it's so, once you get finally put these shelving units together a couple of years ago, it was like there's so much more space because I was like, I don't want to spend because they're expensive. They're $100 to $150 per shelf, where you can buy like these plastic ones at Menards, Home Depot, wherever for like $30. And it's like, man, I don't want to spend $150 on a shelving unit, but you can put so much more weight. They're much more sturdy. Like these bow real easy. Even with just a couple monster boxes, they will not, take the weight. So if you're looking into shelving units, I will advise definitely go with the heavy duty, these type of units right there. It's well worth the extra expense if you have a lot of cards to store. President's Day tomorrow, so no mail. Blisters of the pack, clear plastic, kind of looks like the blister you'll get after getting burned by tens. And they skipped Martin Luther King Day. Oh, I didn't realize that. OG says 2022 Top Series 1 seems so elusive to me. Everywhere I go, I see everything, still no Series 1. It's all good. I have hobby jumbo that arrived. eBay flooded with Series 1, but have you seen them prices? So no foil, not serial number for buy it now at $327. And it's not going to sell for $327. OG, come and make sure you meet Ken, Brad, me, etc. at the next DCS. Ken and of course, Ken. You're in the Dallas area though. Rich says you have no spring training. 45 minutes from Ken, that's close enough. Yeah, that's the Dallas. Is it the Dallas Metroplex? Is that what it's called? The Dallas metro area. I will have spring training. It might only be minor league spring training, but I will have spring training. Close enough to mash you in there. I'm a bit closer to the DCS than Ken, all of 10 minutes. Let's see, no spring training. There will be spring training. I'm still optimistic there's going to be big league spring training starting soon. Hey, there I go, being optimistic again. Where's that gotten me so far with regards to baseball getting started on time? So yeah, I'm going to Arizona regardless because there will be minor league spring training and there's the big Phoenix card show at the end of March. So I'm gonna double dip with baseball and baseball cards. Are blisters and hangers the same thing? No. Let's see. So hangers are like small boxes. They're like half a blaster. They're a complete box, and usually they come in. So the cards in hanger boxes typically come in like a cellophane, like plastic wrap. And then the blister packs are like a hard plastic shell with cracking, and you can see like team sets often come in blister packs. where that's actually one of the first cards that I remember getting was the 89 Donruss Seattle Mariners team set because I wanted the Ken Griffey Jr. rated rookie. And hey, I was pretty smart for a 7-year-old. I knew that I didn't have to open a whole bunch of packs to pull the Ken Griffey Jr. rated rookie. I could just buy the Seattle Mariners team set. Why a Seattle Mariners team set was in small town Illinois, the Ken Griffey Jr. effect, I guess. But I did get a Seattle Mariners 89 Donruss team set. Those came in blister packs. You know what? Bear with me. I think I can show you a blister pack because now that I'm talking team set, I have some Cubs blister pack team sets. Okay. Fine. Okay. This is a blister pack. So team sets often come in a blister pack. Underneath the hard plastic, there were 2 packs of cards. So 2 packs of 4 cards were in the blister packs. But this is basically a blister. And yes, it can hang. See, you have the loop. So they can hang also. But this is a blister pack. Let's see. Sneaky value, always pull a number or auto. That's Seth Beer auto out of a blister pack. This shelving unit holds either 800 or 1,000 pounds per shelf. Yeah, definitely. As old as I live in Texas. Yeah, they hold a lot of weight, and it's definitely worth the extra money. Are you selling in Phoenix or just shopping? I'll just be shopping. I don't want to haul because a lot of my, what I would sell would be like dollar boxes, and I don't want to haul that, on a plane and do all that. So I will just be shopping. And it's a 3-day show also. So actually that's the main reason. 3-day show, and I don't want to haul dollar cards, and I don't want to, all of my my higher than $1 cards are on eBay for the most part. And it's just kind of, it's difficult to, track all those sales, etc. So, I don't think he'd want to on a leisure trip. It's not a leisure trip though. It's a business trip. It's a business trip going to the card show for inventory, marketing the 1 Million Cubs project. It's a business trip. Let's see. We need to go fund me to get Bo some more hoodies. I feel like the rotation it's pretty much, it's my Bushnell football playoffs, Club 400, which I wore yesterday, Wisconsin Badgers. I haven't wore my wrestling hoodie in a while. I've got wrestling. I've got, that's about it. Milwaukee Bucks and my Chicago Bears. I got about 6. So yeah, I need some new hoodies. And this one's like 15 years old. I think this is from 2007. So that is 15 years old. Let's see. I'm going for a heat wave here in Minnesota, just so y'all know, 34 degrees. Hey, that's what it's here. It's 33 right now. And then tonight, snow comes in 14 inches by Wednesday. That sucks. I have not looked at the forecast for next week. I haven't looked at the forecast next couple days. My weather app on my phone says 37 currently. Wow, 52 degrees. I'm getting the grill out. Snow's going to be melted. Looks like we've got snow coming in on Tuesday, potentially Thursday, and then Saturday, sunny and a little cold, 3 degrees at sunrise. So I don't like that. But hey, I think it was -7 at sunrise for the January show. Ken says, don't you have a Korean cardboard one? Oh yeah, of course. That's the one I wear the most. Dan's hoodie. I wore that last Saturday to the card show in Rockford. 2007 is 15 years ago. That happened overnight. Yeah, no doubt. Michigan at Wisconsin basketball today. Ooh, nice. I've got to schedule my Costco run around the game. What time does that game start? I am letting the 14-inch comment go. Wisconsin and Michigan. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to plan my trip to Costco around that game. Oh, it's a noon game. That's like the worst start time. Um, so today I just wanted to touch on it's Sunday, just didn't have anything going on. All-Star game, yes, All-Star game is tonight. I would wear my Korean cardboard tee to the card show, but I don't want people seeing me be an a-hole and thinking I'm Dan. My dog actually wanted to stay outside for more than 2 minutes. Very balmy day here in Minnesota. Dunk contest and such was silly. I always liked the three-point shootout more than now. Early on, oh, the Daytona 500 is today. Early on, and we're talking, when did the dunk contest start? Like 86. So, and I was too young, but once it got into like 89, 90, into the early 90s, I was a big dunk. The East Bay Funk Dunk, Isaiah J.R. Ryder, even into the Vince Carter days. It was fun. The dunk contest was cool. Spud Webb. The dunk contest was great. And then it got silly. And ABA had one in 1976. Okay, that was before I was born, so I don't remember that one. But I think the NBA. When did the NBA dunk contest start? Oh, 83 or 84? Wow, I didn't realize it was that long ago. But those early days of the dunk contest, it was fun. But then I started gravitating toward the 3-point contest, and that's like, it's clear cut. Like you shoot 3-pointers and it's competitive. Like you've got a number to beat, and it's fun. The slam dunk contest, like you see the same dunk over and over, and then it gets silly. It jumped the shark at one point where it's like they're gonna bring a freaking semi on at some point. So I lost interest by the late 90s on the dunk contest, but the 3-point contest was still fun. But I didn't watch any of it we were on Hobby Roundtable. I thought about turning it on and having it on in the background, but I just don't have interest. I don't even think they do a 3-point shootout anymore. I think it's like skills challenges now. So I don't even pay attention. Nothing sadder than Greg Hodges defending his 3 title in a generic NBA jersey because he was no longer, and I probably won't watch that. Oh, Rich says they do have a 3-point contest. Oh, I thought they stopped doing it a few years ago. I haven't watched any of the NBA All-Star stuff in a long time. And I may, if I'm looking for something to watch, I may turn it on. So I went through this morning, and I wanted to separate. I've got some cards that I'm sending out. And then some of the stuff I'm putting on eBay from my card shop trip this past week. And then I pulled some Cubs. So I just wanted to share what I look for when I'm buying Cubs out of bargain boxes, because it's not just, if I'm sitting through and I'm digging through a quarter box and, you're chit-chatting with the person next to you that looking for, and I'm like, I'm looking for Cubs, but I always have to qualify it, because I'm not looking for just any and all Cubs, which you'd be surprised. Trying to collect 1 million, you'd probably want them all. But at 25 cents or 50 cents, you can't just spend money foolishly on a base card that I've got 1,000 of. So I only, out of the bargain boxes, I only buy refractors, serial numbered. I'm just flipping through here. Parallels, short prints, and then rookies if they are. Well, let's just start here at the top. If it's Chris Bryant, I'll pull for 50 cents. I'll pull a Chris Bryant rookie out. And this is the All-Star Game rookie, so it's not as desirable as the base rookie or even the rookie debut, but it's still a Chris Bryant rookie. And for 50 cents, and after my bulk discount, it was 45 cents. Take it all day, every day. Now, there's always what counts as a Cubs card, because this guy, Joe Carter, isn't in a Cub uniform, but I count this because he's in a Team USA, and it also meets the qualifier of its serial numbered, so pulling it out of the bargain box. Why is Joe Carter in a Team USA a Cubs card? Well, because this was, when was this Team USA? I'm not sure what year this picture was taken, but He was the Cubs' first-round draft pick in 1983. So the Chicago Cubs was his first Major League Baseball team. And so since this is basically a pre-rookie card, I count it. Now, other guys like Nomar Garcia-Pera, he's got a lot of Team USA cards. I'll count like one, but I won't buy a whole run. If I saw Nomar Garcia-Pera serial numbered, I might pass on it. But a guy like Joe Carter, who else? Addison Russell, Kyle Schwarber, Albert Almora, Ty Griffin. Those are the types of players that I definitely will, because they were drafted, at the time they were playing for Team USA or shortly around that. So here's a refractor. It's a first chrome refractor. I'll pull those. In fact, if it's within the last 3 or 4 years in a 50-cent box, I'm going to pull a first chrome refractor all day, every day. This is from 2018, which just is outside. So if this was a non-Cubs card, I probably wouldn't pull it out of a bargain box. It doesn't meet my within the last 3 years. So if it's a first chrome refractor from 2019 to 2021, I'm going to pull it out of a bargain box. But I'll only pull a first chrome refractor prior to 2019 if it's a Cub. So Ezekiel Pagan meets that. And I don't even think he's a top 30 prospect. He was always kind of a fringe prospect in the Cubs organization. So this one, it's an insert. So it doesn't really meet my qualifiers, but it's Ryan Sandberg and Ernie Banks on the same card. So, and it's an insert from 2008 Donruss Threads. Sandberg and Ernie on the same card. I'm sure I have at least one copy, but with those two players, taking it every day. Jason Hayward, blue border, Topps Archives, numbered to 199. This current Cub, so this is definitely something that I'll pull out of a bargain box. Dan says, what about a custom 2014 Felix PA KBO card? Really, count cards when I print off custom cards of minor leaguers that I take to get signed or just to create my own card, I count them. So here's a Rich Harden refractor. This is numbered to 399 from 2009. The 2000s I don't have. Usually when I get bulk, when I buy bulk in flat rate boxes, or when I get trades, usually there's not a lot of 2000 to 2015, but the bulk is junk wax era or the previous couple years. So I'm always pulling early 2000s serial numbers and refractors just because I have as much quantity. How about this? Hack Wilson, numbered to 399. It's a little sparkly too. Hack Wilson, numbered to 399. Bring back team photo cards, right? Here's a Hawk, Andre Dawson. That's numbered to $7.99. So Andre Dawson, this would look really cool autographed. And Dawson has a really, really nice signature. Andre Dawson has one of the best signatures in all of baseball. So that would be, and this would be a perfect card. It's a thick stock. There's a perfect spot right there for his beautiful signature. That would look really nice signed. Here's a Bruce Sutter triple thread serial numbered, but it's Bruce Sutter. Even though there's a ton of these triple threads and moments and milestones, I'm going to pull those out. And Sutter's a Hall of Famer. Normally, I wouldn't buy Addison Russell. I don't like his off-the-field issues, domestic violence, and all that. But it is numbered to $4.99, so I pulled the trigger for 50 cents. Michael Rucker, Elite Extra Edition, numbered to 150. Again, he was a fringe prospect. I don't even think he's in the Cubs organization anymore. This one's from 2017. Here's this guy, numbered to 777, first chrome refractor, Andrew Cashner. He's actually had some pretty good seasons. What I like most about Andrew Cashner is he was the trade chip that allowed them to get Anthony Rizzo. Andrew Cashner was traded to Sandy. Anthony Rizzo went from the Padres to the Cubs. Speaking of awesome signatures like Andre Dawson, Brendan Little has a similar signature as Andre Dawson as far as like the style. He's got a beautiful signature. He at one time, I think he was a first round pick. He was first round in 2017, 27th overall pick. And he's got a great signature. He's a really nice guy. I've got his autograph in person a few times. Here's O. Henry. They used to throw O. Henry candy bars out of the bleachers when Henry Rodriguez was patrolling the outfield. This is Topps Stars from what, 98? Let's see, 1990. I can't read it. It's really small. Yep, 1998. This is numbered out of 9799, 9,799. Let's see. Oh, I'd buy any card to 777. Good luck. Yep, 7, my lucky number. Just got a Hawk Sig as Joe West story came up and I smiled. Yeah, that's a funny story. I love these Heritage Chromes. Aramis Ramirez. What's up, Herman? Good morning to you. So this is the 2010 Topps Heritage Chrome Aramis Ramirez. This is numbered to 1961. Using the 61 Topps design. What is your dream Cubs outfield of all time? That's tough, man. That's tough. I'll have to think about that, but I'll give you an answer. Here's Arizmendi Alcantara. He was the Cubs prospect to pull back in the day. When I got back into cards like hardcore, I would say, I pretty much didn't collect much from the early 2000s. I did not collect. I was not in the hobby, but I was at times. Like I'd come in for a year or two, bounce back out. I think 2006, around 2006, I got back in because a friend of mine's dad gave me his like truckload collection. That was like the first collection I ever acquired. So I got back in around 2006 and 7. And then I started building Bowman sets because I loved Bowman all the way back then. I loved Bowman in 98. That was my first baseball hobby box, 98 Bowman. And then 2012, I had gone from my radio, and the last 3 years in my radio career, I was like obsessed with work. Like work until 1 a.m., wake up at 4 a.m., go back to like working 20 hours a day. And then when I went to work at the university, I worked with my buddy Kyle, and he was into football cards. And so he's like, yeah, I'm going to Walmart, pick up a blaster. That's when I was introduced to Topps Archives, Allen and Ginter for the first time for me. So 2012 is when I started getting back into cards. And then 2014, it kind of ramped up to 2014. And then in 14, that's when I was on the blowout forums, on the Facebook groups. I got into my first breaks, and Arizmendi Alcantara, I'm going to get to the story. Arizmendi Alcantara in 2014 was like the Cubs prospect to get in these breaks. And so I pulled a couple Arizmendi Alcantara autos in a couple breaks that I did back in 2014. This is just a regular chrome blue refractor. It's numbered to 250. This here, Sammy Sosa, numbered to 1,750. I do think Sammy Sosa should be in the Hall of Fame. And John, I'm going to put Sammy Sosa in my dream outfield. And a lot of that is because of how much nostalgia his time in Chicago was for me. That was my coming of age years. He came to Chicago. I was 10 when he came to Chicago. I was in high school. Sammy Sosa, 92-3, I started drifting away baseball, and I became a huge NBA basketball fan. Before the strike was like the death knell. That was like the nail in the coffin for me when it came to baseball. And I had already drifted away from it to begin with. And I went to basketball, both NBA and college. But then 98, we had Kerry Wood. We had Kerry Wood with the 20 strikeout game. The Cubs were in first place at the end of April. They were coming off some really bad years in 96 and 97. And even though I wasn't really paying attention to watching baseball, I was paying attention to the standings and to how the Cubs did, even though I wasn't into baseball. And then all of a sudden the home run chase started firing off in May. And Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, that got me back into baseball, and I haven't really left since. There's been some years like the 2000s, like I mentioned, where I was doing other things. I was in my 20s. I wasn't really in baseball, but it was still, back to my first love. So Sammy Sosa, numbered to 1750, and he's in my dream outfield. Here's a franchise favorites. This was a chaser for the Cubs a couple of years ago. This is from 2020, Bowman's Best. Ed Howard was the Cubs' first-round pick a couple of years ago out of high school in Chicago. Great story. He really struggled last year in the minor leagues, so he's really fallen from graces among Cubs collectors just because of the down season he had. But he's still young. He's like 19, so there's still some hope for Ed Howard. He's a young kid. How about this? I mean, Javi's my favorite, and it's a rookie, and it's a die cut. So for 50 cents, I would buy 100 of these if there were 100 sitting in a box. 2015 Panini Prism die cut fresh faces rookie Javier Baez, my favorite all time. And this, I'm pretty sure this is a short print. I think this is the image variation. Nico Horner, rookie card from 2020 Top Series 1, 5-2, Kyle Schwarber. And I'm trying to see who's in the background. It's a catcher of the other team. So those were the Cubs that I pulled. So John wants to know, who's my dream outfield? This is tough. So Sammy Sosa is definitely out there. I'm trying to think of like outfielders, because when I do these, I don't want to like forget. And a lot of times we forget, like going with. I can't really do this with. And if I start naming players, I'm gonna leave somebody off. So Bleacher Report has the top 20 outfielders in Chicago Cubs history. So your question is, what's my dream outfield? So this is my dream outfield, and I'm gonna tailor my answer to talent and favoritism, like who my favorites would be, because I got to put Sammy Sosa in there. The flag save center field in Los Angeles. Jim Hickman is number 19 on this list. Keith Moreland is number 18. This is an interesting list. Oh, Henry Rodriguez is number 17. Frank Damari. I've got actually I bought a Frank Damari Gaudy heads up at the National from Kit Young Sports Cards at the summer. Frank Schulte, who played in the World Series teams in 07, 08. He's number 15 on this list for Bleacher Report. George Gore played in the 1800s, and they actually have an old picture of an old Judge card. Might have to put him on my want list. Riggs Stevenson played from 26 to 34. He's number 13. Jimmy Ryan, he's another 1800s guy. Played from 1885 to 1900. He's number 12. These are the top 20 outfielders in Chicago Cubs franchise history. Andy Pafko. Now, I love Andy Pafko. I interviewed him several years ago when I was in radio back in probably 2007 or 8. He was in his 90s. At that time, he was one of two players that were still living from the 1945 Cubs World Series. Him and Lenny Marullo, who was former White Sox catcher Matt Marullo's grandfather. And Lenny Marullo was hilarious. I loved Lenny Marullo. We had about an hour-long conversation. He was really fun to talk with. King Kelly, number 10 on the list. He's also a 19th century player. Kiki Kyler. Now we're getting into where you can start putting a dream outfield together. Kiki Kyler's up. Bill Nicholson. He's another guy that he would be on my short list. Bill Lang. He's a 19th century guy. I'm going to have to read more up. That's a name I'm not too familiar with. Hank Sauer. He was the 1952 National League MVP, and I have a pair of his game used cleats. So Hank Sauer has, that connection. And I've just because I have those cleats, I've kind of been on a Hank Sauer, search on what cards to get. Dave Kingman, number 5. I know he would be on my dad's list because my dad loved Dave Kingman. Andre Dawson, there we go, number 4. Now we're getting into my dream outfield. Hack Wilson, number 3 on this list. Number 2, Billy Williams, and number 1, Sammy Sosa. Man, that's probably my dream outfield. Their top 3 is probably my top 3. Sammy Sosa, definitely. I mean, without question, he's in my dream outfield. Billy Williams, without question. And then number 3, it's between Andre Dawson and Hack Wilson. I'm going Hack Wilson. Hack Wilson, Sammy Sosa, Billy Williams. That's my dream outfield. Do an episode on your starting 9 sometime. That's a good idea. I like that. Legendary 52 card. Yeah, the Pafko. Boots. Are you talking Boots Day? No Bob Dernier. Bobby D. Bobby D is another. He is. I've had the fortune to hang out with Bob Dernier several times. My favorite Bob Dernier memory was at a Cubs convention in the hotel. Of course, most of my Bob Dernier stories involve a bar. But I sat with Bob Dernier and his wife for probably 2 hours. And Bobby D loves telling baseball stories. But what I remember most about, our conversation was my wife and I were getting ready to go on our honeymoon to Italy. And his wife was just, they had recently been on, I think, a cruise around Italy. And so she was giving me she's like talking about Florence and, talking about art. She's big into the art museums, and that's what my wife is into. So she's giving recommendations on Florence, and we're talking about Venice. And it was just, we probably spent an hour talking about Italy. So and Bobby, he's such a great guy, and he loves telling baseball stories, which, for a fanboy like me, I love listening to those baseball stories. Lenny Boots Marullo. Okay. I'm like, Boots, is that Boots Day? Lenny Marullo. Yeah. Lenny was such a fun guy to talk to. And he was in his 90s. I think when I interviewed Lenny Marullo, he was probably 95 or 96, and he lived to be, Lenny Marullo lived to be 99, I think, before he passed away. I'm going to Google it real quick. And same with Pafko was, I think, in his mid-90s when he passed away. Lenny Marullo. Let's see. He was 98 when he died in 2015. And he's got that thick Massachusetts accent, the Boston accent. So, fun guy. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hit like if you haven't. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Back on tomorrow. We'll be on at the standard weekday time of 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And again, no show next Saturday for the Madison Card Show. If you're anywhere in the year, if you're within driving distance, and I'd say 3-4 hours, it's going to be worth the trip. It's going to be a huge show, fun show. I'm hoping if I can get that second room secured, it'll be the biggest card show in the state of Wisconsin since August, since the Wisconsin Dell show. I think right now Oak Creek is the biggest with 104 tables. So hoping to get to 115, a big show. John sent me down a rabbit hole, been looking for BIP cards all morning. Nice. So yeah, if you're in the Midwest, come up to Madison, and enjoy the Madison Card Show. Going to be a fun time. Ed, have a great day. You too. We'll talk tomorrow, and have a good, and before I go, Rich says no Wisconsin Dells in 2022. That's correct. They had COVID pricing, COVID discount, and they jacked up the prices for that venue. So no Wisconsin Dell show this year. So it is the May show. The May Wisconsin Dell show was amazing. The August show was good, but it wasn't anywhere close to what the May show was like. But yeah, it is a bummer because it's a great venue. I like it because it's only a 45-minute drive. And it was, a lot of great vendors come up to that. So Bummer. So we'll talk tomorrow. Have a great Sunday, and see you tomorrow.